This is Cooper Flagg, a 19-year-old, is carrying a flawed roster on his back, playing every possession like it's Game 7, and what he's doing forces you to rethink what a rookie can be. You ever see someone tossed onto a stage mid-applause and think, okay, this is either genius or a disaster? So that was Cooper Flagg walking into his rookie season. The front office basically handed a teenager he keys to a broken franchise. A franchise that had been put together after a horrible trade and told him, okay buddy, go make it work. Flagg inherited an almost no-win situation. On paper, veterans around him sounded good on paper, but they were all injured. Kyrie was injured before Flagg was drafted, and Anthony Davis is never healthy. And because of that, Flagg didn't get the soft rookie rollout. No slow minutes, no gentle ramp up. They threw him straight into real games and real pressure from day one. That kind of approach can go two ways. A young player can get overwhelmed, or they grow faster than expected. Every tough matchup, every heavy minute sped up his learning curve in a way practice never could. It wasn't pretty, but instead of shrinking, he adjusted on the fly and kept improving. There's a mix of respect and empathy watching it. Asking a teenager to handle NBA level chaos isn't easy.
He went to college. Cooper Flagg. But to see a teenager play this well is incredible, man.
The impressive part is how he handled it. Stayed composed, learned from mistakes, and turned those moments into progress. That reaction tells you something important. He doesn't freeze when things get hard. Chapter 2, box score versus reality. Everyone loves a big box score. 40, 50 points. Those numbers go straight into highlights and headlines. But if you only look at the stats, you miss what's actually driving those games. A lot of the real impact shows up in moments that don't trend online. The rotations that stop easy buckets, the extra effort plays, the small decisions that keep possessions alive. Flag season makes you rethink judging players only by points. Those huge scoring nights didn't come out of nowhere. They built up from habits and reads that kept stacking over time. Context matters too. Sometimes defenses collapsed because the spacing around him wasn't great, or because teams decided to live with him shooting instead of letting others beat them. When the clock got low and he had to create something himself, that's where the difference showed. The numbers are loud, but the little details reveal why his ceiling feels so high. Watch closely and you start seeing patterns. The way he attacks closeouts, how he uses long strides to get space, and how he finishes with angles and touch that don't look like a teenager's game. It is Chapter 3, Chaos Roster. Here's the part that'll frustrate front offices and online GMs alike. The roster around Flagg was messy before he got there, and it didn't magically fix itself after he arrived. Injuries hit the wings and guards, trades messed with spacing, and the lineup never really looked balanced. That matters because a young wing needs real gravity around him. When defenses don't respect the other options, they just load up on you. Kyrie being out left a huge gap in shot creation. That pushed way more responsibility onto Flagg than most rookies ever see. Jason Kidd basically handed a teenager the keys to a role usually meant for a seasoned veteran. Risky? Sure, but it also forced him to grow fast against real NBA pressure.
Yeah, well, that's how he's built. He's built to win. He's going to try to do everything to help his team win. And he's done that, all season. And so for us as a group, if we can get some consistency.
The bigger takeaway is simple. This can't be a one-man show. Flagg can do a lot, but the roster has to make his life easier. If he's expected to run everything, offense, defense, leadership, the system breaks down sooner or later. Chapter 4, two-way motor. Stop sleeping on his defense. Most rookies focus on scoring first and figure out the rest later. Flagg doesn't play that way. Every possession he's rotating, switching, and reading the floor like someone years older. He doesn't panic on switches and he doesn't drift out of plays. His help defense already looks instinctive, not reactive. Rim protection isn't only about blocks, it's about angles, positioning, and making drivers hesitate. Flagg does that constantly. Guards think twice before attacking because he shows up early and makes the paint feel crowded. He rebounds from the wing, flies into closeouts, and occasionally picks up smaller guards without the defense collapsing. That kind of versatility gives coaches flexibility you normally see from veterans. And the effort is non-stop. Chase downs, loose balls, fighting for boards. The small plays add up over a season. Coaches see it, executives see it, even opposing scouts have started giving him credit. That's when potential starts turning into real trust. Chapter 5. Scoring mechanics. The three-point shot still needs work. It's not broken, just unfinished. You can see the base is there, decent balance, a release that looks confident at times and rushed at others. Right now, defenders still sag off and try to force him into tougher shots inside the arc. Where he's already elite is finishing. He absorbs contact, uses either hand, and has real touch around the rim. He's not just powering through defenders, he's using angles and timing to finish plays. That left-handed finish late in one game showed exactly where he's headed. Once the shooting catches up, defenders won't be able to cheat. cheat. If the 3 gets into that mid to high 30s range, the whole floor opens up. Right now, teams treat his jumper like a suggestion, turn it into a threat, and everything else gets easier. Chapter 6. Marquee nights. The big scoring nights are what got everyone talking. The 49-point game wasn't just highlights, it was a test of control.
With 46 points, a 3 would tie it. That's what he takes.
The opponent jumped out early and the game felt like it could get away. Instead of forcing bad shots, he settled in, made smart reads, and went on a huge second quarter run that flipped the momentum. There was a stretch where defenses ignored the proven score just to slow him down. That's rare for a rookie. It showed how quickly teams started treating him like the main problem. Then came the 42-point night before his 19th birthday. Late game pressure, contact at the rim, left-handed finish through traffic. Moments like that stick because they don't look accidental. But the real takeaway isn't only the big games, it's the quiet nights where shots don't fall and he still defends, rebounds, and makes plays. That consistency is what makes the flashes feel sustainable. Chapter 7. Future fit. This is where front offices decide what he becomes. He already has the size, defense, and motor. What he needs is balance around him, shooters who space the floor, a veteran creator who can share late game pressure, and a rim protector who keeps the defense stable. With the right pieces, you're not watching a rookie carry chaos anymore. You're watching a team form around a clear identity. The danger is chasing flashy moves that don't fit his development. The smarter approach is patience. Build around his strengths, protect his workload, and add players who complement rather than compete with his role. There's also a mindset piece here. He's shown humility, admitted where he needed to improve, and adjusted quickly. That kind of coachability makes building around him easier. Give him a structure that amplifies what he does well, and you start seeing a long-term contender take shape.
His potential is being one of the best players in the NBA, but I think among the NBA right now, you're going to see him, first of all, be the franchise cornerstone for the Mavericks.
Chapter 8. Long game. The comparisons are already flying. Kawhi, Pippen, LeBron, those are just shortcuts, not predictions. What matters is the direction, two-way impact, defensive instincts, and steady offensive growth. He's carving his own version of that mold. Durability will be key. He plays hard, and that means smart minutes, conditioning, and a roster that doesn't force him to do everything every night. He hasn't shown signs of complacency. He learns, adjusts, and keeps pushing forward. If the organization handles his workload correctly and builds the right support around him, the ceiling stays high. Right now, the goal isn't awards or MVP talk, it's steady improvement. If the shot develops and the roster fits better, he moves from promising rookie to real conference level force. Final take. Here's the truth. Cooper Flagg looks rare. Size, defense, emerging offense, and non-stop effort. He got thrown into heavy minutes early and turned that pressure into growth. There's still work to do. The jumper needs polish, the roster needs balance, and the front office has to make smart decisions moving forward. But the habits are already there. Competitiveness, humility, and a drive to impact the game even when the scoring isn't perfect. Fans don't need to panic about early struggles. The bigger picture is about building a structure that lets him grow. Opponents will try to push him right, crowd his space, and test his shot. Sometimes it'll work. Sometimes he'll make them pay. For everyone else, just enjoy the process. Watching a teenager figure out the league this fast doesn't happen often, and it feels like the beginning of something real. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like this one right here. It's definitely something you'll be interested in. Click it now